Hello, everyone. Gary Laubach, Mike Joseph. This is Behind the Mic as we take a look at our next football game against Central Connecticut State. The Blue Devils come in with a 2-2 record as it's a ball club that won the Northeast Conference last year. They went to the FCS playoffs, played New Hampshire tough in the last game in the FCS playoffs. They lost that game by a 14-0 score. Their head coach is Pete Rosamondo. He's in his 5th season, and this is a ball club that is favored to win the NEC again. So obviously, Mike, the competition doesn't get any easier. We'll spend a little time on Central Connecticut State, but then we got to talk about the Leopards.
Back into the fire again. This is going to be a very athletic team. Good thing that Lafayette has this game at home. They beat this team last time out in the opening game a couple years ago. They had a fantastic game from their quarterback, Drew Reed, and Matt Mrazek lit it up in that first game. So they are going to need the same type of offensive explosion this week. No more excuses. Got to put some points on the board. Take a little pressure off the defense. Can't make the same special teams mistakes. But these are going to be. This is going to be an opportunity for Lafayette to get off to a good start, because I think the next couple games could be winnable games.
Yeah, no question about the start. As this is a ball club gives up 24 points a game. They give up 140-some yards rushing and 196 yards in the air. But it is a good defensive football team. Make no mistake about that. As they took on Fordham last week, won that ball game, had 5 sacks, an interception touchdown, and a block punt. So they take advantage of your mistakes, and Lafayette has certainly been making some mistakes. We will also get a look at Jake Dalagala, who was the quarterback when we played them 2 years ago. And by the way, the last independent win Lafayette had was against this team 2 years ago.
Yeah, Jake is a good, very efficient passer. The last time we played them, he was a young kid, didn't throw the ball very well, a little bit tentative. But he's much more efficient now, and that's the big thing about quarterbacks now. He makes a lot of completions, much like the Sacred Heart quarterback. He's going to get the ball into the hands of his guys. They don't really have one running back they rely on. It's kind of running back by committee, but they're very strong up front. They're going to bring a very strong defensive line as well as offensive line, and this is a team that expects to come down here and win a ball game.
No question about it. Dalagala has thrown for well over 6,500 yards in his career, as he has been a 3-year starter. They've got good wideouts. 13 guys have caught passes for this team, so you can't certainly focus on just one guy. They will spread the ball around. Now we get to Lafayette. I mean, what do you do? Probably our worst performance under John Garrett since he got here. Sometimes they say you have to hit bottom in order to start moving up towards the top. It was not a good performance by the defense, the offense, or the special teams.
Yeah, it was. I looked at the scoreboard. I was at the game on the sideline, and it didn't look like we were getting gashed defensively. They were running the ball real efficiently. They obviously continue to get first downs, and when you bring up 3rd and 1s and 3rd and 2s, Colgate is so efficient at doing that. But we made so many mistakes. I mean, dropping punts, we had the ball going in 15-0. I mean, everybody knows the story. We just need to find a way to convert. So some of these kids, I mean, nobody's a freshman anymore. They've played a lot of football. Guys have to step up. The wide receivers have to step up and create some separation, which I didn't think they did very, very well last week. Colgate was kind of all over our receivers. We dropped some passes. But at the same time, Sean O'Malley's got to be better. Got to be flat out better. There's no more excuses. I mean, he has 15 starts under his belt. He's got to be better. He's got to be more efficient. He has to understand where John wants to go with the football. He has to get the ball out of his hands better. He showed that he could use his legs. I mean, he can really run the football. So that may be a weapon as well. And then offensively running the football, I thought we actually ran the ball pretty well early in the game. But we didn't really stick with, say, 2 backs in the backfield or downhill runs or things like that. So we got to try to find a game plan that's going to work, and find a game plan that's going to move the football efficiently to keep the defense off the field. But the offense has to take advantage. No more mistakes.
You would logically think that if you watch film that you would just be totally demoralized by what we saw at Colgate. My take on it is you see so many mistakes that if you don't commit those mistakes, maybe you can be in a football game, and so maybe you take a positive in that we can't be as bad as we were on Saturday the next time out.
Yeah, that was a 24-25-0 football game. That's what it should have ended up, or 25-7 or 25-14. Lafayette had a chance to score. Let's go talk about Central Connecticut. We turned them over 4 times in the first quarter last time we played. Jerry Poe, Yasir Thomas. We had a lot of turnovers. We made plays. Philip Parham had an interception. We had chances, honestly, to blow that game out in the first quarter. We've got to take advantage of those. So Lafayette has an opportunity here against the team, a non-league game, okay, a little bit of break from that. Just have to play well in all facets. Jake Bissell can't miss a 27-yard field goal. I mean, you just can't do that. I know people were on John for going at a field goal, but you want to try to put points on the board, get something positive out of each drive. Everybody's got to contribute. There are no excuses. There's 22 guys on that field that are playing consistently along with special teams. You just have to make plays, and the time has come to do that.
John Leone, Phil Ing, and I will be there. I'm not sure about Mike because there's a word here that perhaps Mike, he's just so tired of what he's looking at. I think he might suit up.
One play, that's it. One more interception.
Tune in at 6 o'clock and see if Mike is with me or whether he's down on the field. This has been Behind the Mic. Thanks for joining us.